Good morning, Zio here, and it is Saturday, so we are going to be taking a look at upcoming games this week. And I brought a friend right over here you can see next to me. You should introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Red from the Colors of Gaming. I'm really excited to be on the show. I'm happy to be here, Zio.
Glad to have you. Anyway, today is Saturday, which means we are going to be looking through the games coming up for this week. And I really ain't got anything better to say at this point, so let's get into it, shall we? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should go ahead and do so now. And my buddy over here, KillRed40 from the Colors of Gaming, his details will be in the description down below and probably in the pinned comment. It depends on how I word my Twitter thing. Anyway, you should definitely go over there and subscribe to them as well. Give them a follow, all that good jazz, because that would mean the world to all of us.
That would be awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. So today we're taking a look at these games, and our first game of the day is Into the Rift. It is for the Rift, the Rift, the Quest, and the Vive, which are all VR headsets, if nobody has figured that out yet. And it comes out July 20th.
Yeah, I saw the trailer for this. It's like a post-apocalyptic thing, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's a survival horror, I think.
Okay.
Or survival shooter, something like that.
Like, I think that this idea is super cool, and I would definitely want to see this in VR if I had the money to shell out for a VR headset, number one. But there's something weird about the movements in this game. Have you noticed that? Or
yeah, I'm looking at it right now and was just thinking that it feels weird.
it's a little janky. I mean, most VR games kind of look like that, but I'm a little nervous because they're not showing any of the NPCs, which makes me think that they're kind of muddy looking or something.
Yeah, they are pretty much like in the distance and get gunned down, but you can't get any up close and personal looks of it. So,
But I mean, the concept is pretty cool still.
yeah, it's definitely no Half-Life Alyx, that's for sure.
No, definitely not.
But yeah, who makes this anyway? You know, generally I would remember that, but I forgot it's CM Games. CM Games published and developed this game. It is coming out July 20th because I forgot to actually list the date of when it was coming out. But yeah, if you're looking for a new VR game that isn't Half-Life Alyx, I don't know why you would, but here's you one.
If you have a VR headset but you're on a budget, check this one out maybe.
Let's see. I don't know. This thing's going to be $30, it looks like. And I think it's going to be an early access game too. So according to the Steam page, it is an early access game. So it could be an early access for the rest of its life, or it could actually get better. Who knows?
You never know with those. You know, it really sucks.
I'm just going to sit here and watch him eat cat food again. Look at it. He's clearly eating cat food. Actually, I have no idea what it is, but it reminds me of cat food.
It's like
just sort of
canned potatoes or some shit. Do they can potatoes?
Yeah, they do actually.
They do?
Yeah. Have you never had a canned potato?
No.
Well.
Wow.
That's a thing. They put those in cans and I think fill it with liquid and stuff. Keeps for a while.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you how it tastes. I just know it exists. I've seen it in the store.
Well, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Canned potatoes.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. That is pretty janky. I mean, early access game, so I can't like bash it too hard, but
no.
I don't know. This is where a lot of my criticisms come with VR, because I touched about it before, Alex. Is, you know, VR just isn't really all that great, but Alex was actually pretty dang good when I played it. I quite frankly enjoyed that, but most VRs kind of like this game here,
which is kind of janky, right?
Yeah, they're just not as, they're not what Valve can do, that's for sure. Maybe Valve should just make all VR games from here on out.
Boy, that's an undertaking.
I mean, heck, we're never going to get Half-Life 3. We might as well just have them do every VR title at this point.
2 for each franchise that they make, though. They can't make a trilogy with VR.
Portal VR. That's not a thing, right?
I don't know if it is. I feel like it might be. That'd be cool.
I don't think it is, but that would be kind of cool. Portal VR would be awesome. I love Portal. Anyway,
I think I'd get sick a little bit, but it'd be really cool.
Oh, can you imagine actually like Portal below and above and doing the whole drop thing with a VR headset on?
Oh my god.
If you want to make yourself sick real quick so you can call in from work, that's the way to do it.
That would be a great way.
All right, let's move on to the next one. This next one, it's not really all that great in my opinion, but this is July 21st for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, PC, and, ladies and gentlemen, Stadia is getting a new game.
Oh my god.
Yes, it is like groundbreaking over here. Stadia has gotten a game.
Oh my god.
I think the last thing they got was the expansion Greymoor for Elder Scrolls, which surprised me that Elder Scrolls is even on Stadia, but okay.
Yeah. I completely forgot that the Stadia existed until you brought it up. That's crazy.
It's okay. Most people do, except for the Stadia stands. They will make sure you know that Stadia is thriving with its 30 people.
I bet that they've all pre-ordered Rock of Ages 3.
Probably. Why not? Why have they not? If they're going to support the Stadia, you need Rock of Ages 3. Make and break. This is the game for you.
So did you play the other ones?
No, I've never actually played Rock of Ages, but I played a game similar to it on my phone once.
Oh, okay. Now, I played the second one.
Was it any good?
I like the concept of Rock of Ages quite a bit, and I think it could be a lot more, it could be really fun online, but it just wasn't super my thing. I might check out Rock of Ages 3. It has kind of this Monty Python-esque humor to it that I really enjoy, but I probably played maybe 30 minutes of the second one, and then I was kind of, it had worn off on me, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. See, it's got this level editor thing that actually intrigues me, because I'm a sucker for a good level editor in anything, which I think would be a lot of fun and give it a lot more replayability. And since I only have experience with a phone game of this kind of thing.
See, that's one thing that I really liked about the second one was, I don't know how your phone game worked, but the way it works is you guys the players take turns, right? One person rolls the ball, and the other one prepares for them by putting up different fortresses and building walls and different units. I actually liked being on the defensive, where I could build my own army to stop this ball. And I liked that customization, but once again, the gimmick kind of wore thin after a little bit.
All right, now that actually sounds way more entertaining than what I was playing. So essentially, I just propelled a boulder down a hill and tried to get it as far as possible. And then I would gain coins or whatever the in-game currency was. Then I could upgrade the stuff, and it would allow it to go further later. There was no customization in anything and all that other stuff. But that actually sounds like that'd be a lot more fun. I kind of like that idea a lot. having to
Yeah, I mean,
build up a defense, and then somebody else needs to try and demolish said defense.
yeah. Like if you want something that's multiplayer, but that's not another shooter, I think that this would be kind of just fun to check out, right? Like on a sale or something. At least the second one. The third one might be infinitely better. I don't know yet because it's not out, but I'm interested.
Yeah, that actually makes now that you've explained to me the second one, I'm actually more interested in this thing. Although it doesn't have a
Sweet.
price on it. It just says planned release July 21st.
This could be the first game to be $70.
The first $70 game, Rock of Ages 3. I mean, the level editor alone is at least $60 right there. So, I mean,
yeah.
All right, let's see. What is our next game for the week? Our next game coming out July 23rd. Oh, I liked looking at this one. For the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC, no Stadia, we have Bounty Battle, which seems to be like a 2D Smash clone. It is what it immediately comes off to me as.
Yeah. I noticed a lot of indie titles, like Heroes, like it just said on the screen. I saw, Guacamole is how you say it, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's the, oh no, it just left me. Crap. There's the character from that Dark Souls like game. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it looks pretty good. I think it looks like a lot of fun. From the trailer, and I don't know if this is just the glitch effects or not, I get a little nervous that there might be some frame rate dips, if that's a problem for people. But other than that, it looks like it could be a real fun time.
Yeah. I hope there's no frame rate dips, because that would be bad for a fast-paced brawler.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a problem. Especially if it's like a super competitive and technical one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it does look like it's taking from the Smash Brothers sort of formula, which can be competitive and party-esque. So,
yeah, and it's going to be on the Switch, so, you know, it's going to be a Smash Brothers competitor right there.
Ooh, I might have to check it out. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I probably would want to check it out myself. I enjoy Smash Brothers way too much. I've been playing it since it came out for the 64. I just don't own a Switch, so I don't have the new one yet.
Oh man, you gotta get when you get the time or whatever. The Ultimate is pretty. It's pretty great.
Yeah, so. I'm having a bad case of missing out here. What is it, FOMO or something like that?
I don't know.
I have that with that all the time. It's like there's so many games on the Switch I would love to play, but I don't own a Switch, and Nintendo won't port anything to the PC.
No, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, unfortunately.
Nintendo, work with Steam. Give us something. Pretty please. I want to play your games legally, for crying out loud.
Yeah. It would be pretty interesting to see it on the PC for sure. That'd be crazy.
Oh gosh, could you imagine Smash Brothers through Steam on the PC? Or heck, Nintendo can build their own storefront or something. I don't care. As long as it works. Yeah. Without having to use Nintendo's network, though. Yeah. As long as it's on somebody else's network, it would be fantastic, because I don't know what it's too much like now. I still hear that people have a lot of issues with it, but you know, when I tried anything with what was it, the Wii and the Wii U, it was horrible. No.
Yeah, the Wii U. I remember the connection there, and it was like always jittery with any game.
Oh yeah, it was horrible. We tried playing whichever Smash Brothers it was for that system. Mm-hmm. With some friends who weren't there because they were elsewhere but had their system connected to the internet, and yeah, there was a lot of jacking. It was horrible. It was like people just randomly appearing in places they weren't 2 seconds ago, and
Yeah.
it was bad. It was so we couldn't even finish a game. Every time we tried to punch one, they were all of a sudden on the other side, or they'd have the same problem with us. So I was like,
or
well,
you're just off the screen.
yeah, or just suddenly I'm dead, and it's like, wait, what happened? I was in the middle of the stage a second ago.
Yeah. That's when you chuck the Wii U gamepad across the room.
God, I hate the Wii U gamepad so much.
It was very clunky.
I mean, it was cool for the first time using it, but Nintendo,
Once you
I
got
love
a Pro
you.
controller.
I love you, Nintendo, but stop with the gimmicks, please. Just quit. I mean, they're cool. They're fun to play with the first time around, but after that, just give me a regular old game.
Yeah, I get you.
All right, now what do we got here? We've got Dying Light, Hellraid for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC on July 23rd. DLC for Dying Light. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you know anything about Dying Light?
Secondhand experience. I've never played the game. I know it's a zombie game. I know it's free roam and there's parkour. That's kind of all I know about it. What I'm surprised by is this DLC is not taking place like in a city. I know the normal game takes place in like a modern day city. It looks like this takes place in, like you see here, a cabinet that is, it's like a medieval game. And I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I like it when DLCs get a little crazy like this. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't. My information on Dying Light is also limited. And then, of course, it doesn't help that my brain stops working. So half the time I can't remember what I'm speaking about. But, yeah, I mean, look at this picture here. Yeah, it does look like it's straight up. They find a demonic cabinet and then go into this, zombie skeleton medieval thing, which honestly, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I like it. It's goofy, it's funny, it's wacky, and I think that's really cool how developers are doing that with their DLC lately.
Oh yeah,
So.
I really like it when the developers do that sort of thing too. They get a little bit crazy with the DLC after the main game is done. Helps breathe in a lot more life to it. And for whatever reason, every time I see this, it reminds me of Hexen. Have you ever played Hexen?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I have, but I can't remember right now. It's one of those times like you have where my brain just like totally.
Well, you know what Doom is, right?
Yes. Is it the one with spells instead of gun?
Think Doom, except for you've got like a spellcaster, a barbarian type person, and I guess a cleric or something. I don't remember the other person. But there's demons and skeletons and such, and it's first person, and you get spells and things. Yeah, it came out. I can't remember when it was. I'm sure somebody will tell me exactly down below, but it's about as old as Doom.
Okay, so I have actually played it.
It's an old PC game. I got it on Steam. That and the second one, which I never played beforehand. It feels like it's somewhat of a different beast altogether. But yeah, it's just every time I see him go into the cabinet here and he's holding that mace, I can't help but think Hexen every single time.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why. So I was actually thinking of the same game, but I didn't know the name of it. So I know what you mean.
Let's see. Hexen. We're just going to bring it up real quick, just for the fun of it. And we're going to watch an ad because there's no ad block on this particular mode of whatever it is I'm using, incognito mode. There we go. Yeah, see, this is it.
Yeah, I played this years ago, but if I remember right, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it just, for whatever reason, reminded me of that.
Yeah, similar architecture, right? And kind of style. So.
All right. But yeah, that's just what it keeps reminding me of. Although, game looks great, by the way. DLC is always fun. So pre-order now while you still can, or just buy it on the 23rd. So it's coming up real soon. So
yeah.
All right, next game on July 23rd as well, because half these games are coming out on the same day. Who would have thought? You'd think I'd figured that out by now. Every time I go down and I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's also coming out on the 23rd. Oh, that one is too. And so is that. Well, that's because games usually come out the same day each dang week.
It's true.
God, I worked in electronics department for like 7 years. You'd think I'd remember that by now. But on the PC, Rogue Legacy 2 is coming out, which I honestly had to add that to my wish list because I quite enjoyed the first one.
Okay.
Have you played it?
I played maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 20 minutes of it on the Vita, I want to say. And I wish I got more into it because it was one of those games that I had other games while I was playing it, right? And then I just completely forgot. But I liked some of the ideas behind it. Like if I remember correctly, you die and then like your children come and you play as the kids and they like have different attributes, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
With Rogue Legacy?
Yeah, pretty much. Your legacy keeps going on. So you play, you die, it's one life and you're done. And then you get like a choice of 2 or 3 or 4 or something like that afterwards. And they're supposed to be, I guess, your kids or whatever. And they all they just have random everything. So, it could be like a spellcaster or somebody who uses, who's more of like a paladin type or more of a barbarian or something like that. And each one of those kind of things have different stats to it. Like the barbarian has a lot of health and, strength to them. Meanwhile, the paladin's got, a lot of health and defense capabilities, so they can absorb more damage. While, somebody who uses more magic will be better off using magic, of course.
Yeah. From what I'm noticing from this second one, the animations look really clean.
Oh yeah, and new classes too.
Oh yeah. How many classes were in the first one? Like a ton?
There wasn't too many. I was kind of disappointed on that, to be honest. But other than that, I had a lot of fun with it because you've got like your standard spellcaster, and then you had like the barbarian, I guess the knight or paladin or something, and then you had one that was more nimble, kind of like a thief rogue type, who did a lot of crit damage, or crit a lot, but couldn't take much. And then there was a few other variations of them, and then they would upgrade one level to a completely new class. And then at the very tip top of the tower things that you're building, you could unlock I think a lizard or a dragon type.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I thought would be really, really awesome, but unfortunately I was kind of disappointed by it. But I still had a lot of fun with the game, but that class kind of disappointed me just a little.
Dang.
It can breathe fireballs and it can fly, but it can't really jump, I think was its main drawback, if I remember correctly. Yeah. And
that's really important in this game.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing that I can hover after I fall off a ledge, and that's cool and all, infinitely, but if I can't jump vertically properly, I could be mistaken on that. That might be something else in the game, but then there's also other effects that can come, like your child can be nearsighted. So everything on the map, right? Like all the surrounding map portion there will be really blurry, except for everything within like 5 feet of your character.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. That. So, or they can be like monochromed or something where they can't see in certain colors and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Or everything be like black and white or really weird color scheme, or maybe they've got cataracts or something, so everything is super dark except for right next to him.
Oh.
Which adds a lot of difficulty and stuff to it, you know?
Yeah, I remember some of that. I remember, I think I kept getting ones that were, like, you know, negative traits, I guess you could say. And I just remember being frustrated by that. But that's a lot of fun because it spices up the gameplay and switches how you're going to go at every different situation, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't get over the fact that this guy has I'm assuming these are traits that they're listing off, but he kills himself from eating his own cooking. Oh. Terrible cook. Like, could you imagine that? Your character gets a terrible cook trait or something and cooks himself something, and you got like a 50-50 chance of surviving it.
Oh, that's me in real life.
I'll just make sure I'll do all the cooking from here on out.
All right.
But yeah, it looks like it's got a lot of new puzzles and other stuff. Be a lot of fun. Yeah, I hope it's longer too, because the other game it's kind of short when you finally get the hang of everything. But it is still a lot of fun. I quite enjoy it quite often.
Before we move on, can I ask you one more thing about it?
All right.
These rogue games stack up quite a bit of hours for some people. So how many hours do you think that you spent on it?
You know what? I don't know.
You don't know? Do you think it would be like in the hundreds?
Probably not.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, it'd be double digits, but I did play this, I think, every time I had free time for a good couple of months straight.
Gotcha.
So, because I wanted to unlock the entire bit of the castle, which I'm still not done with, by the way.
Oh.
There's still a few upgrades I have yet to actually get. So, I technically hadn't beaten the game, I don't think, until I get all those upgrades. I'm not sure how that works. I'm somewhat of a completionist. When you give me upgrades, I have to get them all. So even after I've beaten the game, I'll just reload and continue getting the upgrades before I rebeat it again.
Oh, sweet.
Just because that's how I am. But I definitely put double digits into this thing. Not quite 100, but if I was to guess, I probably did a good, decent chunk of time on it.
That's good, man.
So,
and it's not too expensive, so you get your money's worth.
Oh, yeah.
So.
All right, let's see. We've got one more game left, I think, right? One more game. And it, by the way, is also coming out July 23rd. I never would have guessed it. For the PC only. No love to the Stadia. Forget the Stadia. And I've got nothing on this one. Literally nothing. What is it called? Rokai? I don't know how to pronounce that because it's got the little double dots over the O.
Yeah.
Rokai? Röki? Maybe? I'm not sure. Maybe I should have found a video of somebody else talking about it to see how they pronounced it, so I can be like, they said it this way.
Yeah, so you can blame them, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Here, you can blame me. Röki.
All right, it's now Röki. If it's wrong, it's all KillRed's fault.
Exactly.
Everybody can
come
at him.
me.
Go cancel him, not me.
Yeah, come to my channel and click on all of my videos to cancel me.
Yes.
That'd be great.
You must click every one of them and let them run through and hit the like button. That is the quickest way to cancel anybody.
100%. With this game, I don't know much about it. All I know is that it's like an adventure game. Looks kind of like a point and click, similar to, I don't know, like Grim Fandango or Day of the Tentacle or something like that. Looks a little more artsy though, a little more dark. And I would be willing to give it a go just because of how beautiful the game's art looks. But that's just me.
Hold up. What is that? Is that some kind of giant gremlin?
I don't know. It scares me though. I'm gonna be
honest.
honest.
That looks like the stuff of nightmares. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I definitely concur. The art style definitely looks pretty good. Somebody put a lot of love into this thing. And those are Kraken tentacles. So because of that, it really requires somebody to play it now. If there's going to be a Kraken in there. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it at that point. And it's rated T for teens. So, you know, everybody can play this.
Yeah.
It can't be too bad, right?
Yeah. The thing I'm wondering about is this. It looks like this has some 2D and 3D models in it. And I think that's pretty cool. I just love the way it looks. I can't get over it.
Talking mushrooms. Yeah. And that's a big wolf. I did not realize that was a big wolf at the top of that. Right there.
Oh, wow.
That is a giant wolf that she is walking up to.
That's really cool.
Kind of interested in the story now.
Yeah.
But yeah, looks like it's one of those adventure type puzzle games. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, I like the art. It does look pretty nice. But it's more like the kind of thing that I'd like to watch somebody else play.
Are you into these kind of games at all, or no?
Not really all that much.
No. Okay.
Sometimes I am. It just depends. Like, if it was a cyberpunk style, I probably would be totally in for this. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah, I get that.
But I do like to watch a lot of these things get played. Even though I'm not the one who's doing the playing, I do like to watch and learn the story. So...
yeah, I understand that. So
let's see. There's a second trailer. I wonder if it's going to have anything else. Blood and violence. Was there any blood in that?
I didn't see any in the trailer, but who knows? Maybe those tentacles like pick up the girl and rip her in half or something. I don't know.
Suddenly we've turned into a survivor horror game. Death by Kraken.
Maybe.
Let's see. Got Wolves Mountain Pass. That's not that bad.
I think these are all 3D models.
Ooh, close up of the wolf. Yeah, I think they are all 3D.
That's crazy. It looks really good. At first I thought it was 2D, but you know.
You know, we could actually read the bio for this thing. It would tell us all sorts of information.
Does it say right there 3D models? Or
I honestly don't know. But Rokai is an adventure game inspired by Scandinavian folklore. A dark contemporary fairy tale underpinned by a touching narrative, an alluring art style, ancient puzzles, and atmospheric exploration.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's not bad at all. Let's see. There's press quotes on this.
Uh-oh.
About this game. Every dark fairy tale has a monster, so Yeah, it's based off of a fairy tale, and it is going to be dark. So definitely worth trying to check it out. Let's see.
Oh, I love that stuff, so I'd probably really like it.
Rokai's signature graphic style. Make friends with monsters. Seek out the ancient and magical creatures of Scandinavian wilderness. Some are friendly, some not so much. Rokai has a rich cast of unique, creepy but cute creatures. Search for long-forgotten items. Solve riddles of the wilderness. Chart your journey. Tove charts have progressed in her trusty journal. It's her Grail diary. Map uncharted regions, delve into rich Scandinavian folklore, collect loot, earn unique wilderness explorer badges. And it requires a minimum of 8 gigs of RAM to run. Holy snap. Well, all right then. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that's not that much. But yeah, that seems like that's a lot for a minimum requirement.
Yeah.
But I mean,
look that.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've looked at requirements for something. My computer doesn't really require me to do that, so I mean, heck, I think the last time I looked at minimum requirements, I think games needed at least 2 gigs to run efficiently. It's been a while.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
All right, well, this is where we're going to go ahead and end today. I think we've been at it for a good 35 minutes at this point, so... All right, people, if you see anything you like, all the links to all these things that we've been looking at, the trailers and stuff, down in the comments, down in the description down below. If you want to go check them out for yourself, look them up on Steam or wherever else they happen to be, and you want to go and get them, that's where they'll be. But I also want to thank my guest, KillRed40 over here, for joining me. It's been fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
No problem. I enjoyed having you here. But I'm Zio.
And I'm Red.
And we will see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.